we invest or we understand what knowledge trade can benefit our societies. I don't have an answer as of now. I'll be very sincere. Labor externalization. Our children who are taken in those foreign countries, and some of them, majority actually, live under very dehumanizing conditions. It's bad. When I was the head of anti-corruption unit, we fought that a lot. We connected and repatriated over 600 Ugandan children, and most of them were girls that were living in Middle East countries under harsh and dehumanizing conditions. But the government, in particular the Ministry of Labor and Gender, has consistently been in touch with our foreign missions to ensure that all Ugandans that are externalized, especially the should I call them, well, we call them labor, that's labor externalization, and those that I am trying to avoid the word illiterate, because it's hard labor. It's domestic. They are domestic workers are the ones that suffer most. At least those that go to do white collar jobs don't suffer much because they go to their professions. But the casual laborers or the domestic workers, the Ministry of Gender has put up many, I wouldn't call them policies. Of course, there is a commissioner of labor under the Ministry of Gender whose work is to ensure that the missions abroad, our foreign missions, register all Ugandans that go in those various countries. And so what the government is doing is to ensure that Ugandans are not lost in those countries without being followed up. But I will be sincere that the challenge is still there. The challenge is still there, but the government is following up again through the Ministry of Labor to ensure that when they have, and they have signed many memorandum of understandings, MOUs, between countries to ensure that those countries that take our children to work in their homes and families are not tormented, are not harassed or tortured in those foreign countries. So the government is aware about the challenge, and all policies are being put in place. Others have been there before. While the challenge persists, it's being addressed. But we also need to sensitize our children not to just go without written contracts on which, under which conditions they are going to work. Because my experience is that many of these young girls and maybe boys who are few in the domestic labor market, the boys are fewer. The girls go expecting so much money. They think that flying out alone is prestige. Even when you try to stop them and tell them that there are no clear conditions under which they are going, they don't want to stop. Actually, there are those that even took me to court because they claimed that they were above 18, and I stopped them from going. Yet we arrested the one who was taking them. He was trafficking them. He got passports for them in an illegal way. There were 99 of them living. He confined them in 2 bedrooms, and they were there for over 30 days. So we worked with police and ensured that their travel was cancelled. We had their passports back, but they took us to court. And we won that because we are security of us. Ours is protect lives. That we don't lose lives once we have discovered the challenge they are in. So as parents, as brothers and sisters, we need also to educate those children, not to just to go anyhow. The third question was about people who are offline. Now, people who are offline, of course, they are there in our communities, in villages, but I think those that can't indeed access services online, maybe we need to use radios to educate them, because at least every home, the radios are there. Even these phones that we call katoch, they have radios. So I think we can spread information, enlighten them through radios, through telephones, because you can actually host people online through a telephone. So if they can be sensitized over through radios on how they can actually get online through their phones, because majority Ugandans now have telephones. So telephones and radios, and maybe those that can access televisions, they still can learn about the services. Teaching people about investments, or what investment is and how it can be done. I am not sure that the president would accept to have another unit of training investors, because he is already accused by some people that he's creating too many units that are duplicating duties, which is not true, because the fight against corruption needs so many arms, so many ears, so many offices, as long as each office has a direct line of duty, indeed not to duplicate, but with corruption, we need to complement each other. So that's why he put a specialized unit to ensure that investors are protected, separating it from the general State House Anti-Corruption Unit, because he saw that investors need special attention, immediate attention, and maybe also some specialized attention. So teaching the public what investments are, again, let it be a duty for everyone that has knowledge about what investment is, because in my view, and to be lay, because I haven't researched about it, investment refers to anything you add value to produce more, then you are investing. If you have your cows and you are giving them milkers, and because you want milk for sale, in other words, if you are changing from subsistence to commercial, that is investment. You are investing in something to produce more. So I would think that, again, we use all platforms possible to educate our societies what investment is, and in general, it is creating wealth. It is creating jobs and ensuring that we pay taxes for government to extract and give us more infrastructure. But to say that there is a need for another unit to educate, actually, my Lord Bishop here was proposing as an educationist that maybe the curriculum that now has entrepreneurship can expand or be extended from entrepreneurship to investment. Because again, I think an entrepreneur can be an investor or is an investor. So we need to promote it through education, over radios, over televisions, but also in class at all levels. I think that's the little I can.
Thank you very much.
For now, but you can add.
Thank you very much, Kano, and we shall stop at that. But before we stop, Dr. Zaza, you had mentioned the issue of, there is an exhibition there of our daughter, Chichoncho Catherine, your Chuvura Oji. You are going to find her there. She has some very exciting project on where there are bricks which are made out of waste material. She's a lecturer at BSU. So that's the one which Dr. Zaza was very excited about, and so knowledge and action, community needs. Universities are primarily also supposed to meet the needs of community. So he's saying we can have more of those, and actually they are there. When we go through the exhibition, those of you who have gone there, please make sure you do. I want to take this opportunity actually to introduce the vetters. We have the vetters for the exhibition. Where are they? Can you stand up? Mr. Jimmy to the agenda, or they've already gone to start? Yes, Mr. Jimmy, whom you know very well. And then there is the principal of Ruentanga Farm, and then Dr. Amanyire. Yes, that's a doctor. They are going to do the vetting. So, because of wanting to keep time, allow us, and we request that this team up here will accompany Colonel Nakalema to the exhibition, because their work, you know them, now they are running. In fact, thank you so much for the sacrifice. You don't know what it took for her to come, and she even contributed her office 1 million towards this success of this conference. Actually, it is the only contribution from government to date which we have. That one may make you ashamed, but don't mind. I know you. Don't mind. But anyway, we thank God, by the way, that even the State House, they are aware of what is going on. And yesterday they gave us a call. And I think on the closing day, we might have someone from there. So let me take this opportunity to present to Colonel Edith Nakalema, Chairman Council, please come, and VC come near. And then Chairman Council, you can read.
It reads, International Ecumenical Fellowship, Africa, in partnership with Bishop Stuart University, recognize Colonel Edith Nakalema for her commitment and passion to attend the IAF conference as a government leader.
Wow, what an honor. What an honor for me.
Amen.
I am grateful.
God bless.
Very grateful.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. So can we request the chairman of the last session to take over, and then we shall come back and join you, so that we kill two birds with one stone.
Thank you, Bishop, and thank you, our guest of honor. Good afternoon, friends. Friends, I know it has drizzled, but please respond to my greeting. Good afternoon, friends. We may concentrate on the guest of honor. She has gone, but we thank her for her contribution and love. And like you realize, the banner had the president, and she brought the president closer to us through the media. So the next speaker, please going to talk about ICE. This is a part of the things we desire to have. Our next presenter is Associate Professor Emily Comfort. Please come and speak to us and teach us. She is from
amatende seraga ibintu barukora
University.
Yes.
This is the very fertilizer that we are using when we are growing our crops, our vegetables in the institute. When you visit the urban farming, you will see the crops that we are using this organic fertilizer.
So it's for spray?
It is for spray. It is a foliar fertilizer that is mixed in water and then you spray. It depends on the type of crop that you're going to spray. Like when you go into the vegetables, you're using 30-35 mils per 20 liters of water.
Yes.
And then you spray after 7 days for 3 times and you wait for the result.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And they want you tell them what you
And
want.
let me come with it.
Hey.
I am so happy.
Do you know that she stays near there?
But I studied.
She's a neighbor there.
Yes.
Yes.
We managed to emerge
That's
the winner among all the institutions in Uganda.
In Uganda.
Yes, and this was 2022.
No,
This
right.
was 2023. This is 2024.
Consecutively. No. I need to pay to this because I've not heard about.
Thank you.
Let's-
Good afternoon.
You come here.
Good afternoon.
Come.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where do we
So I thought we have been seated for about an hour, and it's after lunch. So we are going to have a 1.5 minute video, because this presentation is about ICTs, and so I would like to ask the team to first play that video as an interlude for us, and then we shall.
Agriculture institution in Uganda among all the institutions.
No, but not to the extent it should be known. Okay. I need to publicize more.
Wow, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And actually, the Minister of Trade, whom you got us,
Yes.
was here, and he whispered in there. Actually told you, get your principal to go and meet him.
Is your principal around?
He's not. He might have been in business. So we are going to tell him that he should take a trip to the minister.
To the Minister of Trade.
And he can copy the letter to.
What
Kano
is
Idis.
his, because the one who was there, Kwasibo, is he new?
Yeah, he's new.
He's new.
But he's doing great work. The institution has about even like four grants of billions of shillings.
And I'm the one who wrote that letter, went it to the president and followed up. The former principal should have told
I
you.
remember.
I followed up and ensured that
I
my
remember.
school- it's my
I
school.
remember.
Actually, those are the classes I went to. Because it was not yet the farm school before shifting the other side.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Still, as we are dealing with the health
That,
issues,
how much is it? What?
it's 20,000.
20? I need one. Where is Dawood? Call Dawood.
As
Buy one.
yes okiriyo nongera kureba Revival TV abeje kurga itendekere lya Rwentanga Farm Institute bariyo mbongera kwereka ebintu bingi munonga bariyo mbakora kandi nikikuru munonga kurigirira mugenyi mukuru Kano Edith Nakarema ariyo nasima emirimo erukorwa itendekere kukira munonga abeji abari kutendeka mu itendekero lyo rumwe abeji bakiriyo mbongera kwereka ebintu barukora nko kuturiyo ntebe kuhereza okurabira hambeho za Revival TV.
we are protecting people from the hydrofluorocarbons and the chlorofluorocarbons that are emitted by these refrigerators that people use to refrigerate their vegetables, their drinks. So we are making a charcoal fridge from the
Charcoal fridge?
charcoal. Yes.
Wow.
Ecumenical Farm Institute to make sure that the people can be kept healthier from these chemicals that are emitted by the fridges.
Charcoal fridge?
And this is a charcoal fridge that basically is used to preserve the fresh vegetables. As you can see, this one has spent in 3 days, and you can see this like it has been harvested
So
today.
charcoal can make things cold?
Yes, you just need to power. You just need to power water here. After powering water, you know charcoal retains water.
Yes.
When this charcoal retains water, there is charcoal here, and here charcoal, and even here charcoal. So when this coldness in this charcoal is retained, in the long run, our products here will also be preserved.
Nice.
Yes, and we are using it to preserve our vegetables, our drinks. As you can see, the yogurt, it is as cold as
It
the
is
one.
very
Yes.
cold, actually.
And we are also protecting the environment in the
I'm
long
seeing it for
run.
the first time. A charcoal fridge.
This is also all found at Rwentanga.
And done by our own
Our
children.
own-
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well done. We need to publicize this. Made by our own children, organic, and these are much healthier. If there are no preservatives added here. You have your mushroom and your yogurt kept by the charcoal that can't touch it. Thank you very much. Indeed, this is health promotion. Hey, my friend, how are you?
Yes.
Still, we
Yes, umurebe wa Revival TV tukiriyo ntwongera kwereka ebintu ebi aba nabeji turi aha mudara gw'abeji okurga itendekere ya Rwentanga Farm Institute mbijago mzamba kutwereka bingi munonga kukira munonga kwereka umugenyi mukuru itendekere eri.
We don't stop there. As you know, we are in the recycling side. We can protect the environment. As you know, we need the mushrooms to attain the nutrients from the mushrooms, and the people, the termites that used to give us the termitomyces, those mushrooms that comes from the termites, the anthills, they are getting exhausted due to use of the toxic chemicals that people use to spray their crops. So right now we've resorted, because we need the nutrients from the mushrooms, we resorted to growing the mushrooms ourselves. And this is the white oyster mushroom that we grow at Rwentanga Farm Institute.
It's called what?
The white oyster mushrooms. Yeah. Ejini nakatuzi tukwehingira aha farm institute ya Rwentanga tukashanga ngo abantu nibenda nutrients okurwa mu katuzi ahari zinc na calcium konko obutuzi bukyendire abo abantu kozesa chemicals mu kushikira emihingo byabo tukorebera tukora fertilizer oshanga abantu mbakozesa fertilizer etari mu chemicals so na nakatuza kan tukahinga from banda bamwe yes tugita mu seeds ensogo eyitukora farm institute anda tishuka goburo omwest zebihimba ombinyansi na west zebichori nka vision 24 tokore gamba we are all running to transform it, so that's why we come into the value addition part of it twahinga katuzi konga situkomaho still ntweyongerayo we add value into it, we transform the product ako abantu nibenda kutestinga katuzi but in different ways no basa kushanga katuzi akaka refresh ni karastinga little time kwa katuzi kakali added value into it no shanka torobwire buringo market omuntu nabasa accessinga kano bwa kugitaho still omutindo no shanga ngu nane sente zo goza katuza ka dry nizikize ka refresh oshangana no muntu aruguza katorana na mushroom why you singira wine of course we welcome that chance if some percentage of we agree on yeah certainly we would agree. The question is when raw materials to supply bulk kashi mutahankai
ebare munonga turiyo tukongera kuhereza bitebe riyo mbigendo misho kukira munonga kubasa kuba notunga bejaba ebintu ebariyo mbakora n'ikirungi munonga cyashemeza umugenyi mukuru hamwe no murebereza kandi ugu ni chance ara witendekeri ya Bishop Stuart University ahabu kutangaza bejaba bariyo mbakora ibintu bingi munonga kandi be kutangaza ikirugoreka ngo abana aba no barakwendera imishomo yabo ncibahwera munonga okutaho makagabo no kuzumyanya yabo bakabasa kubamba korra mu ibinde bintu byo kutangaza ekinjija kuba ncibahwera no kutunga emirimo muntu we ngo kuturiyo ntongera kutunga bingi munonga ahamedare tari yemwe nemwe ntuje kuba ntubukwereza nka Revival TV live okwenda ngo kayongera kubitunga
business now.
You see. Yeah, I'm a chemist, but under this Food Security Innovation Center, and I have my Innovation Center at Bishop Stuart University. And this is my student whom I have done with research. I'm supervising. Let him talk about our product here.
This is what Dr. Zaza was talking about, and commenting on the Chitezi problem, whereby waste product can be.
My name is Noembavas Jonas, a third-year student of Bishop Stuart University, doing Bachelor's of Science with Education, and I specialize in chemistry. So this is a plastic brick. Yes, a plastic brick. And I got the plastic bottles and all these plastic wastes that are littered everywhere all over the ground, and I had to melt them and mix them with sand, and I had to get this. But my target is to make sure that at least there can be a clean environment that is free from plastic waste, because these plastics, they do not degrade. They are yes, and the moment they do not degrade, they bring a number of harmful effects in the environment. You can talk of human beings. Let's say maybe the plastic bottles are burnt, they accumulate into the air, the fumes accumulate into the air, and when we inhale this kind of air, then it brings about respiratory complications. But then when also these plastics stay long in the soil, they do what we call decomposition into the small microplastics, and when these plants through their roots absorb these plastics, the microplastics, we see about the agricultural system now becomes deteriorated, in a sense that when they absorb the plants, that the harvests are affected in one way or the other, and the people that eat this kind of food, we are also affected. So this is a problem that is all over. It is not only in Uganda, but also yes, so it is a problem that we are facing, and possibly I think that if this can really work out, then this can be a very good thing that we can really do with.
So the advantage of this above the
what
other.
does it do?
So this one can be used for building on construction. But the advantage is that a bigger amount of plastic is used to make this kind of brick. So it means that you need a lot of plastic waste. Like the whole of Mbara city now, all the plastic collected may not even make bricks to build up a house. Which means that now it is a venture, it is a venture which can help us clean the environment. So our major aim is not about the bricks, because bricks are everywhere, but our major aim is, can we have a clean environment?
And apparently, the world now runs on climate issues. Most of the investors, the people who have money, are the climate smart, whatever. So, but then now to get there, I don't know.
So, is the university in touch with the Ministry of Science and Innovation?
By the way,
we are planning to get
really?
in touch. We are planning to get in touch over these ventures. In fact, we have invited the minister to come and inspect our stores, and also preside over the next graduation, which will be on 25th of October. Yeah. I will. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Grant writing.
Yes.
I want to imagine, because the world is now governed by climate. That's where money
Yes.
is. Grant writing.
And you see, there is no cement in this, so that's another beauty.
Okay.
Because of plastic, it's already hard, and there's no cement.
So maybe let me first talk about this one. So this is one of the other major products here, specifically for cows, for management of wounds, skin infections, because sometimes like the hides and the skins, the teats, they get affected a lot because of the skin infections and so on. So with the study that we did with Dr. Mwebembezi, who is here with me, I am the product formulation officer, and he did the mini field test. Maybe you can talk about this product, because he's a veterinary doctor.
Thank you very much. You are welcome to this store. She came to me when she had finished the product. So when I saw it, yes, she had done it, and the ingredients, she has the details. But when I took it to the field, those are our farmers. There is Msobatai and others, 6 farms. We tried. It was at the time of foot and mouth disease, so we treated wounds using this, and we found it has all the combinations. It has all the effect that we need to heal wounds. It keeps the wound moist, and moist wounds heal faster than those that are dry, that make a scab. So it is quoted, actually, what we wrote. So this one is, you apply it 3 times on the wound a day, and within 21 days, every wound is healed. It rests the animal, it doesn't irritate, and it doesn't form crust. Yeah, it repels flies, it has a pungent smell. You cannot have flies laying eggs, so that there are no maggots, and the healing is very fast, because the moist conditions promote cell migration, and the healing comes from the periphery and comes to the center very, very fast. So we recommend it for.
So had she follow up as a kubi?
Ati kashti as a kwandisha minister.
We have written a small proposal, which we have forwarded through our innovations research or whatever coordinator. It was requested by one of the projects per institution, but now it needs follow up. It is at the table of Nche, waiting to be submitted to STI. If there is some kind of follow up,
I can also follow up with Professor Kwakora. I'm a member of the National Council for Higher Education. Yeah, I will follow that one up.
What it needs.
Ebari munonga umurebe wa Revival TV tukiriyo ntwongera kuhereza ibintu ebyo kwenda ngo kabasa kubana ubutungaje munonga kandi okurigira abeje ibintu bariyo mbakora itugambire ebi omujenyo mukuru kano Edith Nakarema ariyo nangira okurambuzwa hamwe no murebereza bwo bureberezo bwankore okuboreka ebintu eby'abantu barukora amatendekero za institutions okwenda ngo kayengera kumanya abantu aba ebintu barukwija kubana bakora tuza kubantu bukuhereza byona ahabo kuba turuho okureba ngo kabasa kubana obutungaje munonga.
We are going to come there. We are going to come there and market as much as possible. We are just hitting the market now. Okay. The packaging is not an issue. Maybe for red is deep roast, dark roast. Then this is medium roast. The rest, yeah. That's the same. This is medium roast. This is the dark roast.
Is that two colors? So the color doesn't matter.
The red one is the dark roast. The other packages are not an issue. Yes.
Aba naba Encore Revival Coffee kandi bari mbatore ko kuba kubasa kuba mbakora umwana ukargamo okagunywa kandi ukabasa kuba no baje munonga nkuko abakugu bari mbongera kushobora umugenyi mukuru.
Welcome to the organic coffee, 100% organic from Encore Revival Coffee, which is under Encore Diocese. This is now the final product.
I love the color.
We've been thank you.
Yes, I love the color.
Amina.
Gold and thank you very much.
Amina. So we've seen this coffee from the seedling to when it flowered and to the harvest. So we've been in control of all the processes. That's why we can tell it is 100% organic. We don't spray any chemicals. We make sure it has no harm to the consumer. And we want to at least promote it to high levels. The only challenges is the equipment to add more value to the coffee. We've been supported somehow by the government.
They gave us seedlings.
The seedlings to plant were from government. The very best quality from Chituza were researched about by Nakori. So we are assured of the quality of coffee we have here. Now, what we...
And the government gave us also a wet process.
Yes, we do washed coffee, which is the high, it fetches very high premiums on the international market. And we feel, like Muse is talking about value addition, we shouldn't just gather our coffee and then give to people to get more money. We want to tap into that up to the final product. We fetch that exact money. But also promoting local consumption, considering the health benefits related to coffee. Why are the whites taking more coffee? And as here we think it is supposed to go to the whites. So that's one thing we are trying to address. I will request that if you allow, my Lord Bishop hands to you this, and the media can take a photo from the other side kindly.
But you know what you do? Vakwasiri.
Yes, bariyo mbongera kuhereza umugenyi mukuru berabo abokuwa bareba naba Encore Revival Coffee. Ogo no mwani ogurukorwa aba Encore Diocese bwanyuma yo murebereza bwo bureberezo bwa Encore kurga yakagambira abantu ngo bashemeye kubambeje mbere mu kwingo umwana gukatandikira mu makanisa kandi bwa hati obucweka nkacenda na butana arigana makanisa gona gayijumbiro mu kwingo umwani okureba ngo wabasa kuba notunge bintu za kongera kwereza bindi kandi turiho nka Revival TV yo kubukwereza.
Yes, it's appealing. Packaging.
Okay. Hello. I'm Deacon Tumuramye, Royal Rich Honey. Yes, we produce honey from bees from beehive to these things, and we have other things like this turmeric, ginger, yes, fra, cloves. We produce them from Royal Rich Investments. These ones, this one is coffee. Then these are cloves and honey and turmeric. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Haruho abacyara ba Mothers Union nabo bari mbongera kuza kutoreka ebarakora nk'abakazi.
Nagatekire banyita Justin Karuhanga kugama Kenke Church of Uganda.
Yes.
Mothers Union.
Mothers Union kantara
Amina.
Sorry, nkabaka cyokirege kangura. We bari cyoka ibintu.
Amina. Agana majita agutukora gajeri from wax. eya then agombiri agana gombiri no basa ku testing kufundura hono reba hati nicyo kimwe ngaga waxi yego amazima mwe bari kusima
mukora ibyo kutangaza mwe bari buzima
ataga na genti nago ntugateka tamwe ebirungo nago kwesiga nago mbiri
akana kantu karungi nkarebe kaje
so zin carpets
kantu araka kanu kaje
yes bariyo abakazi bariyo bakora ibintu birungi munonga hariho amashitaga bari gukora gabo nk'abanyankore bariho ubuntu burungi bakutaka burumu engofira burumu endiro n'ibindi bintu bari gukora kandi biyo tashemeye kuba noferwa nabakoreka ngo no bariyo makagabo bene binte bakubasa kubana bekorera at the end of the day nabo bakatunga kasente okurwumba inte bari gukora abantu bakugira ngo wanyuma yo kwegesebwa no kushoborokerwa kandi no kutunga bukugo butari umwena mu kurwomba intebye mukono niye nshonga bwenshi babase kwambagira ebayikora tushiro ntongera kurambura ibintu bingi munonga ebyo tashemeye kuba noferwa kandi biriyo mbirambuza bwo mjenye mukuru hamwe no murebereza bwo bureberezo bwankore kwenda ngo kabasa kuba no butungaje munonga okwegesa abantu abango bakagire kibayikora ni kikuru munonga embo yo kudependinga abashija babo no kutegereza akasenta ko mushija karakore omukazi nabasaguma mukaye nawe agire ki akora twara umukatare abase kuba nabaho kandi kutunga sente za kubasa kubanza mbisaho no kureba ngo yabasa kuba natunguka Revival TV tushoroho kuhereza ibintu byona kuraba umedara yona kandi yo kwija kuba no tunga abantu abari kutoreka ibintu byabo bitari umwe na umwe
the table one. So those are hats still from bananas. Izi nizo huza turukozesa these things. Ehuza ntuzigura. So tukozesa these doormats plus these bukoi. So ubu no bushaho nabwe ntugukora. These are wall hangings. Na ziri. Then these are doormats still nitukozesa muhuzi n'engaro zitu.
Mazuma. Mwebari munonga Zumana mwebari. Ibintu bintu birungi.
Abakyara bariyo mbati challenging anu batoreka ibintu bingi munonga barukora ikintu kibankigarira mu amasuko wanoreba abantu ababene bintu barukubambe korra nababiri gukora munonga kandi nko kuturiyo ntongera kubitunga.
Your present. My present, no, I don't want to take free of charge because I'm supposed to add value. Okay. I am supposed to add value.
Okay.
So I will take only the table mats.
Table mats.
At how much? Can run
table mats kan uhaha table runner umtwara umushahara.
Kan twari table mats numukaga.
50.
They are 4. They are 4.
They are 6.
They are 6.
They are 6. They are 6. Okay. So when it has a table runner, then it is 70.
Okay. Revival TV turiyo ntongera kuraba ombedareji kandi abantu abakwenda ngo bakangera kushoborokerwa ebintu bingi munonga mjenye mukuru bakiriyo mbamworeka ebintu bingi munonga emedara ni mingi kandi yoshemeye kuba no manya no kumanya abantu ab'ebintu barukora harimo ebyo kunywa harimo embazi iri kujumburwa abari kutendekwa no kongerwa kubangurwa okureba ngo babasa kuba no bitungaje munonga.
Kazire mutene mumanya
mwebare buzima
nikimwa abitongore birya hansi ya Kazire group of companies ekigenerwa kitu ninga si vision yitu no kuhindura amagara g'abantu na nentura yabo amagara tukurabira mu byo kunywa kurwo mu bijuma bitu bya burijo amababi na nemizi so nebyo kunywa kutambiroho kandi ukagaruka ukahindura amagara gawe twine bikora nshonga z'abashayija twine bikora nshonga z'abakazi twine za mwene by'amagara byo no kutwariza hamwe so nebishangwa buri hamwe hona kandi kitebe kito kikuru kiryo mu Mbarara City rukuto rwaza kabare twebembirwa muhangu Dr. Edward Kaziri na mbwenu echo mwenu kokubota kufayo kaka no offer kari okay kari webare kwisha
Revival TV oriyo nongera kutunga munonga mujenye mukuru bakiriyo mbongera kumuramuza emedare tariye mwenemwe aharwe ibintu binje biro korwaho kandi byasheme kuba no tunga abana bakugu n'abasayansa kabongere kutereza ebaruko
the world and earning creating jobs and wealth. Congratulations. Yes. Umshomesa haturi
twabashira mu department ya animal health ya Bishop Stuart University. We have twin laboratory y'amatungo ne yamba okukanisa university na n'abatungi aho twiyamba kukebera amatungo g'abantu kureba uburwire bugine kugira ngo tutange abantu kugumana baragurira amatungo batakumanya uburwire bakoragurira ekirugirema amatungo kufa na nendware zimwe kuresistinga embazi no kushanga costs zaba nyingi abo kugira ngo umuntu naragurire cyangwa batakumanya. So kandi tugaruka traininga nabeji nabo bakiza kushohora bashora bino bukugu bwo kubasa kukebera amatungo kugira ngo nabo ko bakabashohire babase gumza muri bakora bati
omuriyecho tukargayo na initiative with our lecturers to are forming which bakweta ambulatory we arrange students from lectures to some field we meet shangayo cases to interacting na farmers kenwire uburwire ko buri mu field abana bafuna exposure na cases zibakwe batakubasa kureba mu class so bafuna experience yo kubasa kutreatinga uko kureba.
So you experiment from the field?
Yes, after yes please, after then tugaruka mu lecture then we presentingira abana babatagireyo ekitware mu field the rotation negumiza mitu n'abandi babatagire baze next time.
They are offering this.
Yeah.
Practical experience.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
The only challenge we have on this is that now the transport we are getting is basically paid by farmers this time. So maybe if we can request like the university to offer us the transport, they are there. They are there. We shall follow up, then we see. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes.
Being very innovative. Also, a practical experience is what remains in one's head.
Forever.
You can forget.
Yes.
So we need people.
Amazina na Manyamakai umurundi wa kabiri twakwakira story yitu nka Global Business Incubation Hub Bishop Stuart University abana beji bari hafamu mostly they are trying to see how to mitigate the climate change resiliences. Is an expert is a student of animal health in third year. Please you can take off.
We do come here at Bishop Stuart University under the Incubation Hub under the Faculty of Environmental Science and Technology, that is FAEST. So we are aiming at the climate change, as we know that our cultural code is experiencing the problem of pasture shortage. That's why we are aiming at making the already feed to sustain the production of our animals. For example, we do hay making, where we use different pastures. That is the brancharia hybrid, Vencam maxima. We get the seeds. We are supported by SNV. They can give you the just they are there. So that's why we are taking that initiative to sustain our country and our region so that we can sustain our production. We also have different pastures for silage. We have like this one. This is napier grass. We have some legumes. This is centrothema. We have the glycerin. We have coriander. We have the sugar that we know. The reason we have also the maize. The sugar why the reason why we combine such pastures, we are aiming at the protein. There is what we call in science in the stomach of an animal, how the fermentation of an animal deals with the feed that it has taken. So we are aiming at the palatability, that's one. Also we are aiming at how the fermentation of these pastures will be done. So we also do extension to farmers, where we extend to farmers and educate them how they can make silage and hay so that they can sustain their production. We also have this knapsack. It is used for spraying animals, at the same time for spraying crops. Yes, we pack hay and silage. We have the silage pit. Yes. At the university we have there a silage pit.
Yabara munonga ocherio no yongera kutunga abantu aba kandi bari mbongera kutushomesa munonga kuchera munonga emidare ibari yomboreka aha abana beje kurwo mu itendekeri ya Bishop Stuart University ahabwa ebyo kuri byosheme kuba notungari aba barisa n'abahinji tosheme kuba noferwa munonga kurabira aha Revival TV okubari mbongera kurambuza omugenyi mukuru kandi hamwe na chancellor aha bwitendekereri emidara ni mingi munonga konkantiza kongera kujikuhereza okongera okugitunga nko bari yomba bukoreka.
Yeah, the expert is here. Yeah, you can please take them the guest. Yeah, this is Anita's briquettes. We work. She's part of the agribusiness. Yeah, exactly.
Bachira kugira exhibition in the university. So whenever I would go around, I would see this girl. She was doing law and doing this thing. I was amazed, and she kept. Now she's employed, but she recently won a NS Shobor.
So in Incubation Hub, we have partners, the whole of Uganda. We have partners, our guest of honor, for example, MasterCard, Avis, and Reform. These people injecting money to see on how these innovations can come into life. For example, in this 6-year International Ecumenical Fellowship, we have zeroed to concentrate on 4 areas. One of it was climate change, we have energy, and also environment, as you can see. Then we have agricultural waste management that you are going to see. We are having skilling and job creation, and also innovation for food security. So now, like he has said, Anita was one of the people we train. We have mentors. They were mentored by the PUM. PUM are the Netherlands senior experts. Their role was to ensure that BSU can have staff that can equip the students and the staff on how can come with skills to compete favorable on international levels. So among that, NSSF came in, high innovator, and we pitched, we competed on pitching on that level, and so far BSU, we have 2 students who have won $20 by names of $20,000 by Anita. She's a lawyer, and also Nahulila Hilale, he was also a student of agriculture. So they are students.
Can you do it? Can one invite you and you do it?
Yeah, please. Yeah, I wish our guest of honor, we have what we call the biodigester enhancement of biocellulary and also biodigester. It is a very full packed. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. This is our chancellor. Our chancellor. This is very unique in the new innovations we have at the university. Please.
Thank you very much. We found out that this is waste in the pineapple farm industry. Pineapple leaves, after consuming the fruit, they just throw away the leaves to rot in the garden. So we decided to put them into use by extracting fiber. This is the fiber from the pineapple leaves that is used to make natural leather. Yes, to substitute animal leather for designer companies and textile industries. And this project is yes, to leather, because the other one is a bit chemical and harmful to the environment, but this one is friendly to the environment. This project, as local as it is, it is on stage 3 at YSA, an engagement of YSA, Youth Startup Academy Uganda, but it is an engagement of the Korean government and the government of Uganda. So, no, it is in Kampala, implemented by local agency. Yes. So, even that aside, it gives out to a waste called biomass. Biomass can turn into biofuel, which is a fertilizer of the pineapple farm industry, as well as poultry feeds. This fertilizer, it later turns into biofuel after a certain process, which actually serves as a fertilizer for the pineapple farm industry.
What is the technical word you call the relationships? There is a technical word.
No, we need a longer engagement. We need a longer engagement.
Yes, abeje bakiri mbongera kutoreka ibintu bingi munonga ebiriyombe korwa abeje kurwo mu itendekero ya Bishop Stuart University kandi iwe cyabone cyo gumana oreba abo kuba banaba bari mbongera kutichalenginga no kutoreka ibintu bingi munonga ebarukoro mu itendekereri nko kuba ariyo mbarambizo mugenye mukuru tosheme kuba no bufero.
Yes. Innovators.
Yeah.
I'll organize a meeting with the Honorable Minister.
Yeah.
Wow.
They are making lotion. This is Vaseline. Yeah, Vaseline from milk. They are making creams.
Oil, body oil and jelly.
You are students or you are graduates?
We are graduates of BSU, but we are sponsored by the Agri Business Hub.
Shabura, use the microphone.
Okay, so we use milk to make ghee, and then from ghee we extract out the smell, because we have some people who are allergic to the smell of dairy products, and we come up with cosmetics like the jelly and the oil. And you know the uses of ghee, it is a good hydrating agent, it smoothens the skin, it moisturizes the skin, clears the skin. Yes.
These ones are even better. Is it the same scent?
Yes, it's the same scent. We just differentiate the sizes, yes, for affordability. This one is 12,000. Yes.
You better do you.
Yeah, I'm the trainer for soilless farming. This is hydroponics. It's feeds for dairy cows. Hydroponic fodder is grown from seeds of barley, which are grown in Kabale.
Yes.
Then we grow them using hydroponics technology without soil. And within 7 days, 1 kilo of seeds will give you 7 kilos of fodder.
Wow.
So this tray takes
7 days.
Yeah, only 7 days. That's hydroponics technology.
Wow.
This tray takes 3 kilos of seeds, and after 7 days, we harvest 7 kilos of fodder, which is enough for 1 cow, which is lactating in the morning when you are milking. It increases the production of milk by 40%. We have done it in the university. We have given the cows, and we have seen the results.
Wow.
Yeah. So in this region, because it's a cattle corridor, it is very advisable for the farmers to adopt this, especially those who are doing zero grazing. Not the cows that are wandering all over. Yeah, zero graze cows. Yeah, so the seeds are in this region. The nutrients are here that you irrigate. The nutrients are here for this. And then
So on the big garden, where would one plant?
you have to construct like what we have constructed at the university. We have
So
one
it's a
big
greenhouse?
yeah, but using shade net. It's better because greenhouse is very hot. This does well where the temperature is below 25 degrees Celsius. And in Barara, it goes to 28. So it's very high. But in Kabale, you don't need a shade net. It's just direct because of the temperature, even in Rwenzori, that side. Then we have fertilizer for coffee. This is fish hydrolyzed organic fertilizer. It is made using fish waste and molasses. And then you process for about 40 days, about 45 days, then it is ready. Very effective. It increases production by about 30% of coffee. This region, we are doing a lot of coffee, so farmers are advised to use it. It's only 30,000 per liter, this bottle.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes.
We
please.
are going to have an. Time is not on my side, but I love you.
abeji bariyo mbacongera kutoreka ibintu binji munonga kandi omujenyi mukuru bariyo mbamureka ebintu bitari bumwe na bumwe. Itwe nka Revival TV tuzagumiza mutoro kuhereza abantu aba okuraba mu medara yabo itari yemwe nemo kwena ngo kabasa kwana otunge ibintu ebikano byetegereza je munonga ekikuru munonga aha medareji nabeji okorwa mu itendekereri ya Bishop Stuart University.
Yes. It is a medicine that cures ulcers, diabetes, and also to reduces the pressure. So when you get this one, you just add the mineral water or the boiled water. We don't use the other water of the dams. We use that water, then we come up with juice, and it is very healthy and organic. As you see, it is naturally made, not adding any other thing. And I myself am a testimony. I had ulcers, but now I'm very fine. Even though I spend Saturdays without eating, I'm okay. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to start packing after here. Thank you.
We will have a bigger. No water. No sugar, no water juice.
So what?
In here there is pawpaw and pineapple. Just from here we just cut and add. That is for stomach. We have detox. We have for ulcers. We have different for men, for women. All those. No sugar, no water. Look and feel good.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you.
Welcome.
Murebe wa Revival TV abantu abakiriyo mbongera koreka ebintu binji munonga amujenye mukuru yasimemeramo ero korwa kandi ka Revival TV. Yes. Kano.
Yes.
So far ayiwarambwire wahuruta kandi how do you feel?
Nashemerwa munonga kureba eminyeto. Bariyo nubakoresa obwenge bwa science. Bariyo bakozire emirimo bahire bagenzi bawe emirimo konke cyango bariyo nubongera aha mutindo gw'amagara. Nareba abana abariyo abakozire abarikwato vero buriyo nubwitensi bakakoramu amatafari agari kubasa kombeka. Nareba abana abarikwata kasasuro bakagihinduramu amakara go kutekesa. Nareba abariyo abatukorera embazi yente ebyo kurisa nebyo kuhinga. Nashemerwa munonga kureba ngo Bishop Stuart University eine scientists naraba aba bya science ni science eryo murumba Bishop Stuart University nareba neza kuyambira kimwihanga ryona okongera ebyo kuhinga ebyo kurisa na nebyo nkurakurana IT. Narebera kimwe abana ba Bishop Stuart n'abacyara bitu aba Mothers Union abine bari kwiho umuberere bikabe bintu birungi munonga za tebomats bakihamwe bitenge bakihamwe ebyo oburago bw'amaju. Narebe bintu birungi munonga kandi ki naraganisa naza kubuna garuka Kampala naza kuronda minister webya science nebyentunguka kumushaba ngo agiro rukiko n'abana aba barebe government okuyakubayambaho ebibari kukora bikeyongera omu maizi.
Kano lastly nimuranga cyo gukuterera bembezo kurwo mu itendekirere nangwa n'abandi abantu baburija batwantire bari kugira bari kwega okwenda ngo bakagumzamo umuringo nkogo gwiganda gwe strugglinga omumeromo abanyayiganda benji tibine meromo ngo kwano bugamba kuriya abamwe bashora hero kuronda emeromo.
Ekyo kubanza nukwebaza bakuru ba Bishop Stuart University bebemberwe chancellor wabo Bishop the Right Reverend Associate Professor Sheldon Mwesigwa ahabwe ntunguka yariyo nareta no kwayo kwengera kushomesa then n'abari kwebemberera kimwe university vice chancellor na board chairman wa university BSU bariyo bakozere ibintu birungi abana babo babegise practical tibye mikono yonka science bagitira umunkora batungwira umutindo gwe byo kurisa gwe byo kuhinga bahereza abana emirimo kandi nicyo turukwetenga ihanga hati ntwetenga ebirikureta emirimo bikareta entasya omumaka nashimira kureba ngo abingi n'abana bato n'eminyetero eyine bitekatekwe biriyo nibyongera kukura omwana abamumbana abanatworeka enanasi ebishubye nanasi kwihamu kandi kwihamu reza kurgomu ombishubye nanasi kandi okihamu icyo kubasa kwihamu enkeito ibitubenzi tekateka ngo nibirga omumpu zentenare mbuzi hatubyaza kurgomu nanasi nareba beyongire mutindo gw'ebyo kurya byente ebyo kuhingwa nebyo ku embibo eziri kubasa kukanyisa mate n'ebintu birungi munonga.
Thank you munonga kano ariyo nacengera kurambuzubwa omugenyi mukuru munonga kandi ntuza kubantu bukoreza Revival TV kano Edison Akarema nowe ya ba omugenyi mukuru w'izoberi kano kukubamba murambuze midare tari mwenemwe itonka Revival TV turoho kureba ngo ibintu byo natwabukoreza izoberi ya nshakare naryo ndija kuba rizo bari ya muhero munonga obwo Bishop Stuart University ekwatanise n'abantaba aba Ecumenical kureba ngo babasa kuba mbataho fellowship wage ero kubangura abantu omukugaka no kongera kwetegereza ibintu bingi munonga ebarukora ebyo tasheme kuba no ferwa kandi ukora arebe ogeze kuto mu nkoro kwenda ngo nyinshi akarenewe ukabasa kuba no gire cyo wayikora kutara kudependinga mirimo ya office yonka onkebe nebintu byo kubasa korora muka yawe at the end of the day ukagira ecyo wihamo tugarice omu main conference kandi okuntiza kongera kwereza ibindi bintu bingi munonga ebyo tasheme kuba no ferwa Revival TV oboru kuratara start times antena bibirashatu nebiri otargawo.
Also need to know that among the complexities are the social concerns. Lately, many of our children have become addicted to ICT. Many of our children are struggling to sleep because of insomnia that has come to them due to the active use of screens and spending most time. And actually, many of the young people have become antisocial. So those are some of the complexities that are coming. There is also cyberbullying. A story is told of a young girl who was, a party, you would say in quote, a party animal, a life at the party. Every time she appeared, a study was done in the US. Every time she appeared in a gathering, she was the life of the party. But through her social media engagement, she was bullied. Bullied, and she was struggling with self-esteem. And as a result, she committed suicide. So cyberbullying is a reality. So as we talk about integrating ICT, we need to know that also there are technological concerns, software and hardware updates, and also, trainings on how to use the software. Those are also new challenges. But as we talk about integrating ICT or media into religion, it is also important to understand the use of media from a theoretical perspective. Understand the views, the ideas present. And I reflected on a few theories. There are many theories, media theories, that can help us in using media so that we do it the right way. But I picked on just two for a start, what is known as mediatization theory. Mediatization theory presents media as an institution, But it comes with something special, emphasizing the media logic. Every media you see, say it be it radio, television, the different social media platforms, they have a different genre or logic with which you're supposed to engage that media. So we need to understand the logic behind a particular media so that when we are engaging, we engage with understanding. And mediatization theory as well promotes mediatization of religious activities. As a result, many online religions or online churches have emerged. As a matter of fact, when I was doing my thesis, my PhD studies, and my literature study, that's when I learned of dioceses in the sky, that's when I learned of online churches, and I was like, oh, how come in Uganda we haven't seized this? And so as I engaged with my literature, I, tried to see how we can contribute. I would say, lo and behold, both fortunate or unfortunately, COVID came. And wow, it made my study so relevant to an extent that when I wrote a concept to His Grace and our leaders, the bishops, the concept was welcomed. And as we speak today, Church of Uganda has what we call the Online Church of Uganda. That has allowed us to reach very many people. But that was a result of the literature study I carried out during my studies. And yes, we came on scene a little bit late because many other dioceses across the globe had started dioceses in the space. So Churches Without Borders. And what the mediatization does, it extends our pulpit from the four walls into that virtual space. As a matter of fact, as I speak to you today, there are many people who don't necessarily just not want to come to church, but they actually don't even think about church. They just don't even think about church. But when we go close, then they will be able to engage with the religious activities that have been digitalized. So mediatization of religion has come as a big challenge. I also thought and reflected upon the uses and gratification theory. And this kind of theory mainly puts a focus on the audience, asking a question, why do people seek media? Help me ask your neighbor, why do you use media? I'm bringing the theory close to you. Why do you use the media that you use? What are your neighbors telling you? There is a reason why you're going, and that's why the uses and gratification theory says that it's important to focus on the audience and understand in order for us to be relevant in our media use. Many will use media for entertainment, for information, name it, for research, and I know many of us really have benefited as we've gone ahead to use media. But in addition to having a theoretical reflection, it's also important as a theologian to engage theologically and understand why. Is media of God? Earlier on I mentioned to us that the God of the Bible is a communicator. And He has communicated using several media platforms. So I will argue and say that theologically, when you study the Bible, you find out that the Word of God has been communicated in different ways. We have the written form of media. I know Prof hinted on that. There are different forms. There's print media, written media, and different oral media. And we know that we as Africans, that is our strength. There is broadcasting and now new media. But when you go to the Bible, going back to Exodus, we have the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments were written on tablets, and that is a written form of media. Bringing it close to a New Testament, we have Paul's letters. Paul's letters. Paul used the media of the time to communicate the message. So, when you study both the Old and the New Testament, you find out that God's word was advanced and shared widely using written form and other, of course, also oral approach to media. So, brothers and sisters, although the written mode was practiced manually on tablets and paper, nowadays, with the advancement of ICT, digital media advances, advances the written mode, making it possible to write and share stories digitally. Okay? Unlike the written information on paper, online written communication tends to reach wider audiences anytime, anywhere, although it goes with weaker ties, but the message keeps going to different people. And I will say, I'll argue and say that digitalizing Christian literature is an imperative from God in the digital age. We need to digitalize. We need to keep on keeping on writing the Christian message and sending out. Today, many of us here, we have digital Bibles. So if others had not gone ahead to do that, would we be having them? When we go back in history, Martin Luther, if he had not used the printing press, we wouldn't be having even physical Bibles, because he went ahead and used the media of the time, and today we have the physical Bibles. So today, we in the digital age, we are being called upon to digitalize Christian information. So that, and the beauty with the digital content, it will outlive us. It will stay on from generation to generation. It goes beyond borders. I will also continue and say that theologically, we meet God who speaks in a community. That's my second point. I've talked about digitalizing Christian literature. The second point I'm arguing for is digitalizing religious communities. When you go through the Bible from Exodus again and New Testament, we meet the communities of God. First and foremost, our God is a God of community. In the Bible we see, he said, let us make what? Man, in Genesis chapter 1. He said, let us. What does that imply when you hear let us? More than one. God the Father, God the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He is community. And he speaks to us in community. Unfortunately, today, there's a religion that is forwarded of individualistic approach. Of course, also digital media pushes that, but God is a God of community. And yet at the same time, God is the God who reaches out to each one of us. He's community, but at the same time, he's interested in us as individuals. So both in old and the new, we meet a God of community who spoke to his people. In the New Testament, we encounter the early church. The community of what? Believers. We meet that in Acts chapter 4 and the different. So God speaks through community. And I'll argue and say that digital media has introduced online communities. And we cannot run away. So right now as I speak, the Online Church of Uganda has become an online community through which teachings are done. These days I'm not as regular there because of my work at St. Francis Chapel. But whether I'm there or not, work continues. Very early in the morning, we are there praying. From 5:30 to 6:30, you just don't know how many people are there. Before it starts, about 50 people are on. And at the end, about 250, 200 what? People are praying. So this is a time for us to engage and use every platform to fulfill the Great Commission. Remember, our God is a what? A communicator. He communicates and he uses all media. So religious institutions, the Ankole Diocese and the Church of Uganda as a whole, we ought to deliberately create online communities to train ministers, to teach people. But as I said earlier on, there are complexities that come with that. So we need to guard ourselves. When we started these communities, we were bombarded by hackers. But every time we were bombarded by hackers, we also had to